Hello everyone, welcome back again to Angela's Craft Room. Today I've got a bit of a different tutorial for you. I wanted to make some tags for my Christmas presents, and I just wanted some tags that looked a bit more special. So I've made, these are the first two I've made, and this is using the Winter Woods bundle. This die is in the Woods bundle, and then I've just used the circle punches to layer, and then I've popped my to who it's to from me and my husband. And this one I used some foil and I embossed it in the tufted embossing folder, which is one of the new ones from Stamping Up. It's that one. Okay. And then what I did here with this circle here, that is from the stitch, I'm sorry, not from that one, it's from the stained glass finlets, and that's that one. I'll just take you out a little bit, I think. Yeah, so that's from that one, and I really love it. But I use the adhesive sheets. I've shown you how to use the adhesive sheets to cut out these really fine detailed finlets, because as you can see, that is very fine, and you wouldn't want to have to try and put glue behind that. So if you use the adhesive sheets like I've shown you before, and these little leaves, I emboss some Whisper White cardstock, and then I just use the leaf punch from Stamping Up, and that was a breeze just to punch them out, and then I just pop them under my little circle tag there. So we're going to make one, but I just wanted to share them with you because I think they're really great. But another thing you can do for your labels for Christmas, instead of buying them, I've made some like this. So I absolutely love these ones. This is from the Stitched Label Framelets. Okay, so the one I've used is this one, and it just, as long as you're using your precision plate, it just cuts it out so easily. And then I've just used this one as well. So what I'll be doing with those is I'll be writing on to and from those, and then I'm going to just pop them on the present with a couple of dimensionals underneath just to pop them up. But that's just an ideal for you, instead of just getting the old sticky labels from the shop. Make your own. It's so much more personal. Okay, so to start with, I've got a piece of copper foil. Okay, so I'm going to be using the tag topper punch. So a tip with that is you need it to be 2 inches wide, so it just fits in there like that very easily. So I've gone ahead and embossed that with one of my embossing folders. You can use whatever embossing folder you want. It can be as long as you want, just make it the 2 inches. And then to release the punch, we just turn it over and release it like that. Then I'm just going to slide it in like that, press down, and you get the lovely bookmark sort of finish. And that's a great thing about these, because people can keep these after they've opened their present. I'm just going to tie them on with ribbon so that I don't want to glue them on the present, because I want them to be able to use them later. They might be able to use it as a bookmark or something like that. I know some of my family do like to keep them as keepsakes. So then we've got that, and then what I did, I just got a scrap piece of Whisper White and embossed that, and I'm going to just for something different, I'm going to put that down that side. So I'm just going to grab my scissors just see how. So this is quite a long one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in this little cutter. It's not a Stampin' Up one. I've had this for years, and I just want to cut off a little bit. I just might cut off an inch, and then I will need to cut off a little bit. So I'm really not doing any measurements. So I'm just going to, I think I'll just make that 4 inches long. And I'm going to adhere that to the side. I'm going to pop some tear and tape, which it won't need very much at all. I might just I'll put one down each side because I don't want this to come off, and it's not going to come off with the tear and tape, I can assure you. If you wanted to, you could pop some dimensionals on the back if you really wanted to pop it up, but I just want this to be flat. So this is a great way to use up your scraps as well. So I'm just going to center that on the side. And remember, just be careful with your tear and tape, because once it goes down, you won't get it back up again. Okay, so then what I did, using In the Woods framelits, I've cut out a Christmas tree in black, and then I've cut out the other one in white, and I'm just going to glue that onto there. So this doesn't need very much glue. It's mainly, oh, that dribbled out a bit too fast. But I think mainly to get to on the sides and the top there, and I will have to grab a cotton bud just to smooth that out. I absolutely love these framelits. It's just made my Christmas card making so easy this year, but I got to the point now that I've just made so many Christmas cards, I don't want to make any more. So then, for those who have seen me line this up before, most probably you should be able to see the black there, but I usually just line up the 2 points at the top, and I just look at the sides to make sure they're as like equal as possible, and then I just let it go down. When it's down, that's when you've got your solid piece underneath, so you can just get your nail and lift up all those lovely little cutouts. The card that I did previously, and I showed it to you, was very popular, the white Christmas tree. I did add embossing paste to it as well, but I'm not going to do that with these tags. Just going to pop. So just got to decide where you want it, and because I'm gluing on foil, I think that I'll actually put a bit of tear and tape underneath there, because the foil doesn't tend to like the glue. So just snip that off. But just remember that other one, the stitch label framelits, they are ideal. You could punch out 50 quite easily. So I'm just gonna lift them up before I glue it down. I'm only putting one piece of tear tape on there, and I'm not worried that that tree's going to sit a little bit off the tag. I've just put the tear tape down the middle, and I'm just pulling up those little boughs. So isn't that cute? Oh, it's so cute. It just adds a little bit of extra to the present, and I think people do appreciate that you've gone that extra little bit, especially when it's for family. So then I've got a piece of the Whisper White polka dot tulle ribbon, which I love, and I'm just going to thread that through the top where it's been punched. And I don't usually like tying bows. I'm not a really good bow tie, but I find with this tulle ribbon it is just so easy to do a bow. Hang on, just did it a bit too. So just pull that piece down a little bit. So quite happy with that. And I'm just going to cut off a bit of the bow because I want to put, I've cut out a piece of basic black with my 1.5 inch circle punch, and then I've cut out a piece of Whisper White with my 1 3/8 of an inch, so it's just that little bit smaller. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab dimensional, just 2 dimensionals, I think, just on the back there, and I'm just going to pull them off and pop that on there. And you could even put a couple of little sequences on there if you wanted to. Just see where I want that to fit. So I might just pull up the Christmas tree, and once again, because I'm doing it on the foil, I'm just going to put a bit of tear tape on the back. If you're just using cardstock, you know, the Tombow liquid glue is perfect for it. It's just I don't want this coming off. And even though I've put a sentiment on this one, I didn't on my first 2. I just wrote on to who it was for, who it was to from, myself and my husband. But with this one I decided to put "'Tis the Season," but it still leaves plenty of room for you to put who it's to. And I'm just going to go under there. I'm just going to pop that down like that. So I reckon they're really cute. I love them. So hopefully that's another ideal for you for Christmas. because it's nearly here. It's not that far away at all. So these are just some little tags that I've been making to put on my Christmas presents. So, and don't forget about these ones, because if I'm giving the one person a couple of presents, I would only put one of these real fancy ones on one. And if I'm not giving them a Christmas card, which I would put with the other present, I just pop one of these right on there to who it is to, and just pop that on your present with dimensional. So that's another alternative. Okay, and with these ones, as I said, they can keep these afterwards as a memento, or they can keep them for a bookmark. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. Until next time, have a lovely Christmas and a prosperous new year. Until next time, happy crafting.